Mm,
Recently, DGCA conducted a
mm,
survey of every flight school in India.
mm, mm.
And if I'm not wrong, none of Indian flying school got a top 8 tier.
With
Hey,
all 20 students lost the job in one night.
oh my God. When the job market is very down, it's very low.
Mm,
So how to deal with that amount of burden? Like what to
yeah.
do?
I know a lot of people have this fear.
If you could give any advice, any one advice
Mm,
to every aspiring pilot listening to
mm,
this podcast who have made to the end of this podcast, what
mm.
should it be? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another podcast on your favorite channel, High Sky. And today we have a very, very special guest in our podcast, and he's none other than Deval Soni, the co-founder of Golden Epaulettes, and a truly inspiring pilot and entrepreneur. Captain Deval Soni, I have met him uh, last year, and we decided to shoot a podcast on same date we met. So he is very keen towards doing these things, spreading the awareness which viewers actually want, which students who are looking for answers which they couldn't find over the internet, and that's why Captain Soni is here with us to do this podcast. And today we are going to discuss many questions which I get over in my Instagram DMs or on my Telegram or somewhere I just find cadets who just keep asking me. I think the same goes for Captain Devan Soni. And yes, without any delay, I should start this podcast and watch it till the end because having little information is no better than having no information. So, yes. And with that note, I would like to invite Captain Devan Soni over to our podcast. So, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Lakshay. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And thank you for doing what you're doing. It's a good work that you're spreading awareness, a lot of values to your audience. And I really wish you the best. And great job, man. And I'm honored to be a part
I
of,
know, sir.
to come as a
Honor
guest. Yeah.
Okay. Honor is mine, sir. I mean, taking time out for doing a podcast is
No.
really highly appreciated by me, sir.
And I mean, it
So,
always pleasure is mine, Lakshay. And I will try my level best to answer, I mean, your questions well. Yeah.
uh, no worries, sir. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, I think many of viewers
Mm,
in my following
mm,
have the same question which I receive almost the same day,
mm,
almost every day.
mm,
And it's like someone is in class 12, someone is class 10th, someone is
mm,
doing bachelor's. I
mm,
mean, they just keep asking me, here, what is the best way to become pilot?
mm,
I have no clarification at all. I go to the
mm,
internet. It's like it just confuses me every time. So I want you to answer the
mm,
best possible way to become pilot in India
mm.
nowadays.
Right. I mean, thank you so much for asking this because I also, a lot of people ask me about this. And, when I go back to my time, our time, the problem was a lack of awareness a lot, like because not much of information was available on internet during our time. But now these days, I think there are so many overwhelming information, and information are not matching, everywhere. Students are really getting confused कि यार ये सही है या ये सही है ना यहाँ तो कोई ये बोल रहा है यहाँ पे कोई ये बोल रहा है students are really getting confused so I think when I went for my flying training I did a lot of mistakes you wouldn't believe I went for my flying training without doing my class 1 medical. I went for my flying training without clearing my DGC exam so I did so many blunders. So I keep screaming students the importance of going in the right direction because it's really gonna save a lot of hard-earned money of your parents and your valuable time, as well. So it's
Yes,
important
sir.
to, go in the right way. Now, what is the right way? I would say everyone should take a baby steps, okay? Should not hurry too much. I know everybody's in the hurry, let's do it, people, in the fastest way. let's finish 200 hours, get CPL. So I keep telling guys, 2-3 महीने में कुछ नहीं होने वाला, थोड़ा ढंग से प्रोसेस से कर लेते हैं. So the first thing is do your class 2 medical in the age of 16 years. Download the list of class 2 doctors from the DGCA website and at least get your class 2 medical done. So at least now you know that you can start the process. That's number one. Once you attain the age of 17 years, you get your class 1 medical. So which you can do it during your school only. So at least now you know that you're medically fit. And then let's say if you have done your class 2 medical, let's say after 12th, if you do it, because not many people do their medicals during their school. So most of the people they do it their medicals, class 2 medicals also after clearing the 10 plus 2. Class 2, without any thought, that's the number one step. Next step is you can join any classes, any DGCA classes. And I would recommend everybody because I keep hearing what these students see on social media, and when they take admission also looking at the social media account, but then the story becomes different when they join. So I would suggest everyone to please have a visit to so many ground classes and then join. Okay, it's very important because it's very important to have a conceptual clarity. A lot of people, complain we have not cleared DGCA, we have not cleared navigation 2 attempts, 1 attempt, 3 attempts, whatever. Because I think the conceptual clarity is missing. That is the reason people, flunk sometimes.
So,
That's no, yeah,
uh, sorry to interrupt you, but I have a follow-up question. Like you said, people should visit ground classes.
yes.
So, what should they look in ground classes? I mean, I am in class 12. I don't know about
Hmm.
anything about it, what's happening in
Hmm.
aviation or which ground
Yeah.
school is best.
Yes.
My best source will be asking my fellow mates or just
Correct.
going over the internet. So, what should I look in a ground class?
To decide, it's a very good question. आई थिंक लक्ष्य जब हम किसी पर्टिकुलर जगह पे जाते हैं ना तो थोड़ा बहुत तो आइडिया वहाँ की वाइब्स और एनर्जी से हो जाता
Hmm.
है ना.
Yep.
सो
Correct.
आई थिंक काफी आइडिया आपको उनकी टीम से मिलकर, उनके इंस्ट्रक्टर से मिलके या स्टूडेंट्स का एटमॉस्फेयर देख के, वहाँ का प्लेटफॉर्म देख के आइडिया हो जाता है ना,
Hmm.
कि मतलब एंटर करते ही ना, मतलब कुछ वाइब्स सेंस हो जाती है. दैट्स व्हाट
Okay.
आई फील. लाइक आई ऑल्सो फील कि ठीक है, अगर मुझे 3 जगह जाना है और आई हैव टू चूज वन थिंग, सो आई विल गो ऑल 3 प्लेसेस एंड आई विल सी कि यार कहाँ का वाइब्स, एटमॉस्फेयर, और कहाँ पे ना पर्सनैलिटी पे काम हो रहा है, कहाँ पे लोगों के कॉन्फिडेंस पे काम हो रहा है, कहाँ पे लोगों की अफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन पे काम हो रहा है, लाइक कहाँ पे एस्पायरिंग पायलट्स की नॉन टेक्निकल स्किल्स पे भी काम हो रहा है. दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज एयरलाइंस are really, really looking for, the people who are really good in non-technical skills also. Okay,
Okay.
because eventually I think DGC एग्जाम्स क्लियर हो जाते हैं, उसमें
Hmm.
बहुत बड़ा इशू नहीं होता है. बट आई हैव सीन पीपल की वो पर्सनालिटी, वो कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी, वो
Yes.
इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन, वो कॉन्फिडेंस, वो इंटरेक्शन विद पीपल, वो पर्सनालिटी, वो पर्सनल ग्रोथ, ओवर होलिस्टिक ग्रोथ सबकी डेवलप नहीं होती है. सो आई
Hmm.
थिंक हेयर the ground school plays a very important and vital role for a personality and holistic growth.
Okay.
So that's number two step. Same time, the student can apply for a computer number. Okay, once they
Okay.
achieve the 12th mark sheet. Okay, so that's step number three. And once they are clear with ground school, then that's time to go for a flying training. Choose a flying school very, very wisely. If you want to join in India, try to go to the flying club, try speaking to the alumni of that flying club, and then if you're going abroad, come back, finish, apply for, do your conversion flying, get your CPL, apply for airlines whenever the opportunities are there. If you think that at that point of time doing typewriting is a viable option or wiser option, go for it, get it done. I almost, when I entered in aviation until now, it's been close to like 16 years already. So I have seen vacancies come, like they don't give much of a notice. So when the vacancy is out and all of a sudden you will get the dates for the exam. So I think all the CPL holders should be ready, with the preparation. So I think that's conventional way. Cadet pilot program, yes, that same thing. Only thing is, once you're done with your 12th in class 2 medical, just apply for the cadet pilot and prepare for it and get selected.
Okay, so basically there are two ways. One is conventional, which you explained it very briefly,
Mm,
and then it's career pilot program.
mm,
Like, Uh, so my question is a follow-up question which I have. Uh, which is better nowadays? Is it cadet becoming more better than conventional? The main question which I have is conventional way of becoming a pilot
mm, mm,
is dying out of India because of these cadet programs which Indigo has. Air India also opened it recently,
yeah,
like a day ago, I think yesterday.
yeah, yeah.
So, what's your opinion on this one? Many
Mm,
people ask me,
mm,
brother, I want to do conventionally, but will I have
mm,
a job guarantee because of these
mm,
cadet programs? Because I
mm.
don't have 1 crore for cadet
Right,
programs.
right.
I can hardly pay 50 lakhs for flying, but I
Mm,
don't have 1 CR. But will
mm,
I end up having a airline job or not?
yeah.
So that's a very, I mean, that's the question which also uh, delay responding because I even don't have that much clarification what's
Mm,
going on. Will the jobs be left in 5 years or 10 years by
mm.
conventional way or not?
Right, you're right. It's a $1 million question. Okay. A lot of people ask me as well, which path to go. So, what generally I do personally, I do a kind of a conversation. I try to gauge the thought process of the entire family. Now, otherwise, in general, if the family is really comfortable paying for the cadet pilot program, cadet program can be a good choice in my personal opinion.
Hmm.
I think having a peace from day one that you have a job, I think it's a big thing.
Yes,
You
sir. Yes,
know,
sir.
at least
Hmm.
you will not have face the uncertainty of when will you get an opportunity to apply or write airline exam after
Hmm.
achieving your CPL or typewriting after your CPL. So yes, those who can easily afford and very comfortable. However, there are some waiting in cadets also, cadet program also, like FTA is not always open, Chimes is always not open, other F cadet pilot program like Air India also is not always open. So students have to wait for some time to apply. And then it's not like and the selection process also takes some time. And then after getting LOA also stays some time. And then after finishing your CPL and typewriting also, getting into airline will also take some time. So it's not a journey of 18 months or 24 months. It is slightly longer, maybe 2.5 years or 3 years, but you are paying, a huge amount. It depends on, airline to airline, FTO to FTO. So if you are okay paying or if it's you're quite comfortable, paying for this huge amount and this 2.5 to 3 years, I think cadet program can be a wiser choice in my personal opinion because yes, airlines like Air India, Indigo these days, are coming up more frequently, for cadet pilot program. So I'm
Hmm.
not saying that conventional people will not have an opportunity. They will also have an opportunity. But I think that that uncertainty of when that
When?
question will remain, I think will be there. Yeah.
All right, sir. So you said about taking loans.
Mm,
Uh, like if there is a person who wants to do cadet program because
mm,
he don't wants that uncertainty after
mm,
doing a CPL in conventional way.
mm,
But the problem is money. He don't have
mm,
1 CR with him.
mm, mm.
So at that moment, would you recommend him take? take some amount of loan, and how much that amount would be?
Hmm.
Like, can I do my cadet program, everything on loan basis?
Hmm.
Is it advisable at all?
So, I mean, so again, it depends if the parents thinks that they can really afford the EMIs, okay, and if they want to avoid the uncertainty of when my kids will get a job, and so and the interest will be huge, no doubt. EMIs is gonna be huge. Then I think conventional CPL can be a better choice. Let's not, because every day
Hmm.
if the parents are really, on stress, like the next EMI is coming, how to pay that, I think it becomes a tough toll on the family. And then, the student will also get really
Yes,
demotivated. You know, they will also feel, I mean, they will also feel bad about it. And and I think they won't be able to perform and live life, comfortably. Yeah, they will be under huge
yes, sir.
stress. Yeah,
There will be a lot of burden.
lot of burden. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the good thing is,
Uh,
like in case of a Air India cadet pilot program, like a lot of people have this challenge, like they don't have a collateral or any property, papers to take the loan once they get selected to cadet pilot program. So Air India gives, 50 lakhs ka unsecured loan, like without any collateral through Tata Capital. So that is one way, students can arrange this money. However, definitely the parents' profile has to be slightly, I mean, a decent. A lot of people have this fear, you know, like what if they don't get a job? What if they don't become a pilot after investing too much? So I tell them, try for cadet. If you get selected, at least you know that you have a job, and then you can think about whether you will be able to arrange funds or not. Then it's up to you. If you think after getting selected that you can arrange the funds now, you can. If you are like, we can't arrange funds at all, then maybe you can at least try for cadet. And if you get selected, try for funds. If you know no, then conventional path is always an option.
we can do, students can do credit program. And as you said, Air India gives 50 lakhs of compensation. I mean, for loan.
I think once you get
Uh,
a letter of intent, no, some or other way the doors get open. And
yes.
because when I did my CPL, that time when I was doing my CPL, that time airline was not used to ask money for typewriting. Okay.
Okay.
And but when I came back, economy slowdown hit, market पूरा बंद हो गया, कोई jobs नहीं था 2.5 साल. But when the vacancy started coming up, airlines started asking money for that thing. I will be able to afford a typewriting at that point of time. But when I got a job, somehow, money got arranged. So I think sometime हमारे कोई ना कोई help कर देता है हमारे. I think भगवान भी ना कुछ कहीं से हमारी help कर
Hmm.
देता है once we have, job and other things. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, you said at the time when you were done with your pilot training, when you had
Hmm.
CPL license,
Hmm.
the economy was very low, and there were no jobs for 2.5 years.
Yes.
And I believe that
Hmm.
2.5 years must be very stressful. Because I mean, you are on your hand ready to become an airline pilot, but airline are not ready to hire anyone at the moment. So I think the same scenario goes for this year as well. There are no jobs for freshers who have done your CPL or have done type-rated. When these times come,
Hmm.
when the job market is very down, it's very low,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
very uncertain. There
Hmm.
may be job the other day, or there will no job for a year.
Hmm. Right.
So that amount of burden, that amount of pressure, a fresher who has done his
Hmm.
CPL conventionally has.
Hmm.
So I just want to ask you, like you
Hmm.
also went through this phase, and
Hmm.
I just want to ask you how to deal with that amount of burden, like what to
Yeah.
do in that type of
Yeah.
situation.
So in fact, Laksha, I waited for approximately 6.5 years to get a job. And
Okay.
Yeah. And trust me, Lakshay,
Oh
during our
my
time,
God.
yeah, and during my time, it was normal. It was normal. It was not something which was very like extraordinary weight or something. Okay. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years was like we were not used to get shocked. Oh, you waited for 7 years, 8 years like that during our time. But I know that things have changed a lot. And thank you for asking me this. During that time when I was struggling, I failed multiple, exams also, airline exams also. And I really used to ask God, like, why you have chosen me? Why it's me? I'm doing everything. I'm trying everywhere. I'm trying my best also. Like, why are you punishing me? Okay. And
Yes, sir.
but you know, I think those tough days really taught you good life lessons. And now
Yes, sir.
when I really look back, I think I am able to connect the dots. Now I think I really thank God every day that God have chosen me uh, you know
Yeah.
for this struggle, and I really find a lot of good flavor in that. Uh, yeah, so I'm very grateful for the God, because I think now I have developed some decent, mental resilience, like how to come back, how to bounce back, and maybe some like I was also very depressed, and there was few days when I was not been able to lift up from my bed, and I made books as a very good friend of mine. During those tough days, we started Golden Epaulettes Aviation. Golden Epaulettes Aviation really kept us busy. I was teaching with Avdesh, and fortunately, we got a good response. So those days were tough, but I think those days made us, you know,
Who you
the
are today.
yeah, I mean the men's.
So
Yeah.
truly inspiring, truly motivating. And I wish I could be sitting right beside you at this point of time. Uh, and I actually wanted to do this podcast, I mean, remotely at a place.
Yeah.
But this story of yours truly inspired me, actually. And it will inspire a lot of cadets who will watch this, a lot
Yeah,
of pilots who are watching
and
this.
Lakshay, I want to tell one thing. I know a lot of people may get demotivated also listening to
Mm-hmm.
this, but I feel so good. I can tell you that you know that waiting period
That's
have
waiting.
resulted into a very sweet flavor. Okay, so now there are two options. People may really get demotivated also, and some people may really get yes, even if we have to wait, we will still fight for it. Okay, so be as someone who would take chance instead of regretting the entire life. That's very, very painful. You know, if I would have not taken this risk, this chance of being a pilot, I would have never become this. Okay.
It's just that facing your fears to become someone who you want to, who you see
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely. Imagine if someone having a fear that what if they don't get a job, and they're really serious about it. But if they don't opt for it, imagine after 10 years, 15 years, you know, e- everybody is not that strong enough to take this, regret and, absorb this regret in life. And that's very, very painful.
I mean, this actually inspired me as well. Yes, sir, truly. Uh, just your why should be strong. I mean, if
Hmm.
you don't have a strong why, you will quit. You will quit very sooner.
Absolutely.
Then you can
Absolutely.
go.
And,
So,
like, uh, when I was really struggling, so sometimes I used to feel, I also like being a human being, after multiple failures, no job for 2.5 years, and then some few things which was out of our control, like one of the incident, like we were around 20 students who went to Indonesia for a job. We were doing a training. We were just about to join the airline. But then one of the air crash, accident occurs of Indonesian Air Force. So
Hmm.
Indonesian government just changed the rule overnight that you need to have a 250 hours on type to fly in Indonesian airline. So we
Okay.
all 20 students lost the job in one night.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what's my fault in that? Okay. So you know, these things, makes you really tough and bold enough and resilient enough. I tell everyone, all the sparring pilots, they need to have three P's. Uh, one P is patience, another P is perseverance, and third P is persistence. You need to have these three P's to be a pilot.
I mean, sir, that that incident must be very traumatic. I don't know how to
We,
say it, but
I
very
mean,
stressful. I mean, I don't know
you
how would I deal with that day if that thing occurred to me. I mean,
absolutely, and
I can't
I
even
mean,
imagine.
yeah, you won't believe
Yeah,
I saved so much of money, to get this, to get it to Indonesia, pay for the typewriting, pay for the job and everything. And then all of a sudden you're lost. All of a sudden you've lost the huge money, hard-earned money of your parents also. But I mean, I promised myself I have to do it for my dad, because he was paying my huge EMIs. However, I was also helping him, because I was so embarrassed to ask money from my dad. Like, कि कितना मांगूंगा यार पापा से? He's paying the huge EMIs. So, but I promised my dad, I mean internally, that I would never ever, you know, give up. So that was one of my emotional reason, that looking back, quitting was never an option for me. Yeah. So my dad is my inspiration, and I think he was one of the reason. Yeah.
truly inspiring, sir. Truly
Yeah.
inspiring. I think this answers every doubt a student has
Yeah.
about jobs, about those fears, about that pressure a student feels because I also feel that same pressure of not having a job and
Hmm.
don't know how much time will it take to have a job.
Yeah.
Uh, and watching you today and sharing a story with me and to the viewers who are listening to this will inspire them, will motivate them because I'm motivated. I'm like, let's go, let's
I
kill it
really
today.
don't know. I really don't know it is depressing or motivating. I really
No,
don't
no,
know.
sir. It's really motivating. Yeah.
And
It's
yeah,
it's
one
it's
more.
actually real.
Okay.
It's real. That's why
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
motivating.
It is
Yeah.
real. I've not told you there are other few incidents also which I've faced. And one more thing which I would like to tell you, like a lot of students comes to me, and when I ask them, I also get inspired from a lot of aspiring pilots. Like, one of the student, she told me, one of our student, uh, she told me that she want to become a pilot because her father told her that I want you to make a passenger announcement for me one day, me flying as a passenger. And from that day onwards, I mean, she never looked back. She was emotionally driven,
Yeah,
and
emotionally attached.
yeah, and she became a pilot, and she's flying with Indigo. And I'm sure that she must be making passenger every flight. She's making passenger announcement
Mm.
for her dad. And like some people really want to inspire, motivate the people, students from their small town. So I really get goosebumps when these students, especially from small towns, where there's nobody a pilot, they really want to inspire those girls, the boys, uh, you know, to become pilots. So I think it's very important, especially from people from small towns or those who don't have an exposure. if they become pilot, a lot of people, a lot of new students, they really get inspired. So it's time for them also to uplift their family. I feel good when they become pilot because they really uplift their family, their society, their town.
Uh, Again, the why should be very strong.
Why should be very strong.
Mm.
Absolutely. So a lot of aspiring pilot have this fascination, um, you know, that it is an easy job, but this jobs comes with a lot of challenges also.
Mm.
You really have to be mentally tough. It's
Mm.
not that easy, which just looks from outside. You know, um, Waking up early mornings, midnight, fatigue, layovers, away from the family, spending your festivals away from your family, simulator check, medicals, annual line check. So, and the pressure of carrying, I mean, it's a good responsibility, but safety, then in the air also, the decision making, so all those things, and then during the training also. So you really have to be mentally tough.
Mm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So it comes
Yeah.
with cost, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Definitely, sir. I mean, becoming a pilot is no joke.
yeah, yeah,
And it,
absolutely.
it only looks fun over Instagram Reels or just
Absolutely.
watching some pilot vlog who is doing this
Yeah.
for, I
So
don't know,
it's
10, 15
important.
years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's really important to do a self-reflection for all the aspiring
Hmm.
pilots. Okay. That why, as you rightly said, Lakshay, that why is very important. And do more of kind of self-reflection that do you enjoy flying simulators at home? Okay. Do you really enjoy reading aviation articles? Do you really enjoy the good content on social media? Like,
Hmm.
it's so easy to watch airplanes flying, watching cockpits and all these are, it's not a proof or a still 100% conviction that you're really serious to be a pilot. But I think, you know, if every time you get a goosebump, if you see yourself in a pilot and then you study about it also, you watch good content, you know, you read articles, important articles, that shows your interest towards aviation. Yeah.
So, well said, sir. Okay. So let's move on to the next question now. And now I want to ask about there are certain myths in aviation
Hmm.
that I think I don't know why people have them, still have them, or they just don't want to do any research over it.
Hmm.
Like, first of all, spectacles. Like, I am
Hmm.
wearing specs, so I have a
Hmm.
lot of questions. Like,
Hmm.
you're wearing specs, how can you be a
Hmm.
pilot? I
Yeah.
mean, so
Yeah.
can you just explain me what are the myths which
Yeah.
you also have? I mean,
Yeah. So yes, like my friends, those who are wearing glasses, they are flying aeroplanes, they are flying in commercial. So as long as with glasses, their eyes are correctable to 6 by 6 vision,
hmm.
and they're perfectly all. So it will be done all right to wear glasses. Yeah. So yes, you can feel.
So there's also a myth that
Mm.
like I'm not from non-medical background. I
Mm.
have commerce, I have arts with me.
Mm.
And now I think recently DGCA has also said arts and commerce students can become pilot.
Mm.
So, I mean, if you don't have physics and maths,
Mm.
so what's the procedure?
Yeah.
And is physics and maths that much important to
So yeah,
anything? I mean, to become a pilot, like,
yeah. So I still wonder why India still have this requirement. Like if you go to US, Canada, or or most of the countries, they don't have this requirement. And if I tell you about myself, I was literally so bad with physics. Okay, I was decent with maths, uh, and I've trained almost 4,500 plus pilots so far, and so many, so many are from non-maths background, our many of them are from commerce background, arts background, you know. So they clear their maths and physics or whatever through NIUS. and then they becomes eligible. Now, the involvement of physics and maths. So, like if the students knows what is Newton's first law, third law, second law, third law,
Hmm.
or what is thermodynamics, Boyle's law, Charles' law, and maybe some few more things.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Even if
Yes,
you
sir.
don't know this, it is perfectly all right. Okay. Because anyways, you will be trained on this few things, very, very few things during your classes. So no problem. Commerce students, art students, or any background, they will not face any problem at all. Okay. Because anyways, these small things will be taught in during your classes, during your DGCA classes. Now, involvement of maths, I know a lot of people have this fear. There is no integration, Baba. There is no differentiation. There is no trigonometry. There is no 3D geometry. There is no probability.
Uh,
So, कुछ भी नहीं है वो.
there is
Now,
plus minus multiply divide.
तो बेसिक एलिमेंट्री मैथ्स है जो कि 8th क्लास का बच्चा भी कर लेगा.
हाँ
लाइक
कर लेगा प्यार से.
वेट एंड बैलेंस, यू नो,
हम्म,
ग्राफ पढ़ना, और फ्यूल की कैलकुलेशन, डिस्टेंस स्पीड
हम्म.
टाइम की कैलकुलेशन, तो वो
वो भी
आ जाती
कैलकुलेट
है.
प्रोवाइडेड है.
वो भी तो वो आ जाती है. सो नॉट
या वो आ
नॉट
जाती
एट
है.
ऑल अ बिग डील. या.
Correct, sir. Truly said. Okay. Now let's move to the next question, and this question I get
हम्म.
asked a lot.
हम्म.
Uh,
हम्म.
that there is someone who has decided that he will fly from abroad. Okay.
हम्म.
Now he is in the middle of selection of which country to go. Either you go to
हम्म.
US, attain a FAR license, you go to
हम्म.
Australia, attain that license, or South Africa, attain that license. Uh, and then he has a doubt, like I will go to some places and I will get my CPL, get my
हम्म.
license over there,
हम्म.
and then I come back, convert my license in India. So once the airline vacancy comes, will they judge me on the basis of where I did my flight training? Like if I
हम्म.
have a FAR license,
हम्म.
because having a US license is having a US license. It's
हम्म.
kind of a big deal.
हम्म.
Uh, and so does airline have any sort of edge on having a superior license, like YASA license, FAR license, something like that?
No.
Okay.
Airlines doesn't have any inclination towards any country license. Okay. So all the candidates, when they apply, so they apply on the basis of Indian CPL. Like,
Indian CP.
yeah. So airlines will ask them to fill the form, and airline will ask them like, what's your Indian CPL number, and attach your Indian CPL and all those things. How? So there is no, country favorism as far as the airline is concerned. For airline, it is all of them are equal. When you do your flying training or your, let's say, your DGC classes or flying training, I think the kind of atmosphere, the kind of training, the, everything, whatever you do, defines you.
Yeah.
So, like, if you go to IIT,
Hmm.
okay, so you will have that reflection on your personality.
Yes, of course.
If you go to
Hmm.
a good MBA college, let's say IIMs, or that's what I feel, you will have that reflection on your personality because the environment is like this, the training is like this. You are being trained by good trainers, good mentors, SOP, safety, CRM, UPRT, you know, and all these things are there in your training, you becomes better. And this training gets reflected on your personality. Now, when you clear the written exam of the airlines, when you reach the interview stage or group activity stage, I feel those things really matters because when you talk, no, I mean, I think, it comes on your personality. So that's what I feel.
Hmm.
So I
Uh,
really give importance of quality training. Yeah.
uh, Actually, that personality thing is
Hmm.
a key factor in becoming a pilot, because if you don't know how to express yourself, then
Hmm.
you will not be able to express in your interview,
Absolutely.
and you will not never end up having a job.
Yeah.
And selecting a good flight school,
Hmm.
selecting a good country plays a
Hmm.
very important role on your personality, because uh, if you have a very open environment where you are
Hmm.
training, where you are,
Hmm.
I mean, you're with your colleagues,
Hmm.
uh, doing your sim checks or
Hmm.
reading about aviation, uh,
Hmm.
those chapters and all, discussing group
Hmm.
discussions and everything. It
Hmm.
actually add up, and
Hmm.
it makes you a better individual, as I
Absolutely.
must say. Mm.
Absolutely. So it's very important to choose the right flying club. And if you really have financial, if you're really stretching your budget, then it's a different, I
Yes,
understand
yes, yes.
a lot of people because finances are really a challenge for them. I understand they choose flying club based on the finances they have. But if this is not your obstacle, I'm screaming a lot about this. Please don't try to save some few bucks and compromise on the training standards
Training.
of the flight training. Yeah. So 5-7 लाख रुपए बचाने के लिए मत सोचो अगर पैसे हैं तो नहीं है तो बात
Yeah.
अलग है या
Hmm. Coming into flight training standards की बात
हम्म
करते हैं sir.
हम्म
Recently, DGCA conducted a
हम्म
survey of every flight school in India,
हम्म
and they had some higher ranking to every school in India.
हम्म हम्म
And if I'm not wrong, none of Indian flying school got a top 8 tier.
टॉप 8 व्हाट
Uh, they didn't qualify for the top A, the S tier rank,
हम्म
the top
हम्म
rank.
हम्म
Chimes came first in the
yep
rank.
yeah
So, what do you think about this report that DGCA gave to Indian students or whoever looks for flying school?
I
And
think yeah
is it like, if if I want to do my flight training in India, should I refer to this
yeah
report and choose a flying school as per ranking
hmm
like they have laid?
hmm
Because it will keep changing. Like,
so
every scenario is
hmm
different. In future, may the ranking be
right
different.
right right
Yeah.
so I think this is a very good step taken by DGCA. I know,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's really going to help aspiring pilots in choosing a flight club. So it's a very good thing. And I think now a lot of flying clubs, have really improving on those line. I'm sure. Um, yes, definitely. Aspiring pilots can look on these ratings. That's one thing. And they can so yes, I think that's one of the big parameters. However, another best thing is they can, if it's in India, just go there, speak to the students,
Mm-hmm.
if
Yes.
possibly once they come out of the flying club, you know try to go to the place where those flying students are staying outside the flying
Yes,
club,
sir. Yeah,
maybe
that is
probably,
very important.
then you will get a real insight. Try to connect to the alumni on the social media platforms, if they can get in touch with them, they will have a better idea this way, the real time idea.
Yes, sir. I think that accommodation thing, the
Hmm.
where will you live when you are
Hmm.
in your training is very important,
Hmm.
because there are many flying schools which are very isolated from the city,
Hmm.
and you're just living in a very isolated place. There is like a city is very far away from you.
Yeah.
So you just, I mean, for me, that's no fun in flying
Hmm.
training,
Hmm.
because if I want to buy something, I have
Hmm.
to travel a lot, and
Hmm.
I have to plan for that travel. So that is kind of hectic. Uh, and during training, I don't want that unnecessary things to bother me. Because why I'm saying this, because I was a call on the other day with a student who was looking for a flying school, a good flying school in India, and he was like, "See, this flying school is good, but it is very isolated from the city, and I don't want to live away from in a very village type area." Because he was like there is no connection. If I want to go somewhere, I have to plan it, and in order to plan, I have to have a vehicle. So there were a lot of factor involved. So I think students should be aware that you are staying. for at least a year, I think more than a
Yeah.
year in that particular area. So choose a school which is close to the city, which has a good ranking according to the GCA list, and
Yeah.
also the reviews matter a lot. I think
Yeah.
review matter a lot than the ranking.
Yeah.
Uh, so make sure you review that school.
Yeah.
Go to the school, ask the
Yeah.
alumni, students
Yeah.
who have done their CPN, and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. True.
that's how you choose a flight school in India.
Yeah.
And
True.
for abroad, I think social media platform is also a very good factor choosing flying
Mm.
school abroad. And I
Mm.
think it depends on your budget. The more
Yeah.
the budget you have, the more expensive the flight school you can go.
Right. 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 Right.
Okay. And now let's move on to the next question, sir.
Mm.
So, sir, now I want to ask, like, there are some students who are doing this aviation career right after 12th. There are some students who are doing this after their bachelor's. So, what is that age? I just want that upper limit of a age that a person can pursue this career and still
Mm.
have a airline job. Because
Mm.
nowadays airline have a age restriction as well, and
Right.
people are like, okay, I can't apply for this job now.
Right. Right.
So, what is the age
Yeah.
limit? Like, you will
So,
be safe.
yes. So the students who are above the age of 32 or something, um, like after 35, the options becomes very, very limited.
Hmm.
So those who are above their 31, 32, once they will finish their flying training and everything. So let's say if somebody starts at 32, they will
Hmm.
finish everything by 34. So they have
Hmm.
1 year left. So that's becomes slightly risky,
That's neck to neck borderline.
borderline. Yes, I mean they can still apply as a flying instructor. They can build hours, and then they can apply for airline jobs. That's one thing. But then again, you have uh, s- again it's like uh, थोड़ा सा neck to neck border वाला scene हो गया.
Neck to neck borderline.
However, the cadet pilot program is a very good solution to this. Like
Yeah.
for Indigo, they have the age limit of 35 for the cadet program. So even if
Hmm.
you have attained the age of 34.9 or 34.10, 34.11, so at the time of application, you should not be above 35 years.
Hmm.
So that way you you can become a pilot if you can afford this training. And if you cannot afford cadet pilot program, you think no, taking a loan, huge loan and everything will become really huge burden on the family. And then if this is the case and you really wants to be a pilot, you have seen the life and you have like, I don't want to do my corporate job. Don't want to do my business anymore. I am really fed up. This is not something which I want to do now or, in my life. It's not giving them a fulfillment. Then, they can do, but probably they have to do, after getting CPL, they have to try in a flying club to become an instructor, build hours, maybe try and corporate aviation some hours, and then try for airlines. That's the only way I can see. Yeah.
Hmm. So you're saying like for conventional, I mean the last age you should start, I think it's 32 age, and for cadet it's 35 less.
So now, I mean, it's like even if you've reached 34.35 also, but then you should be mentally ready that, you may
Hmm.
have to do a flying instructor job. Mentally, you
To
should be
build
ready.
our
Yeah. And
yes,
then probably
correct.
go to an airline. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So does having a degree
Hmm.
gives an edge over me, I mean over some other candidates who don't have a degree in an airline
No,
interview or something?
no, no.
Okay.
And like I also did a degree and it is not helping me at all. Nowhere. Nobody asked me during my ATPL Viva. Nobody asked me during my command interview. Nobody asked once you becomes a line training captain. Nobody asked once you become a TRI. Nobody asked once you become a designated examiner. Nobody asks once, when you become a deputy chief pilot or a chief pilot, or if you go towards the management, it is no more. It's a very, it's not required, you know.
Hmm.
So I think you can avoid investing these years, doing degree. Better you invest in aviation. So this is one regret I have. I wish I would have just done it just after my 10 plus 2. Uh, yeah, but that's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So no degree it is.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna ask.
Yeah, I think
And
this truths are, yeah,
you progress based on your attitude,
skills.
based on your, like how do you behave in the airline, how you're culturally fit in the airline, how you are as a person, and then definitely your performance also. So yeah, these are the yeah, degree will not gonna help you, moving outward. Yeah.
So now let's ask you a few more questions and then we'll wrap this up. And it's already 1 hour more. It's plus 1 hour now. So, sir, now I want to ask, it's not related to aviation, but
Hmm.
I just want to ask this question.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, what actually inspired you to open a institute, Golden,
Hmm.
Golden Epaulettes I'm talking about, that
Yeah.
uh, growing institute?
Yeah.
What truly inspired you? What
Yeah.
motivated you? And what actually made sure that you will bring Golden Epaulettes to the day it's standing now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's doing really great.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lakshay. Um, when I got my CPL, like just like 3 months, no, in fact, 2 months before my CPL completion, aviation was still booming. Okay. And when I was doing my flying training, I was like, कि CPL करेंगे और फटाफट से job लगेगी and then we'll fly. Okay. But I think, but I think tough time was really waiting for me. God was really waiting for me to, let's give him a struggle and
Mm,
let's test this boy. And when I completed, the economy slowed down, kicked in, and because we took a loan, my dad took a
mm,
loan, and it was not that I was from a poor family, but I was always, used to feel embarrassed यार कि पापा कितना पे करेंगे यार, already वो EMI भर रहे हैं, my
mm,
dad was serving in a bank as a bank officer, so it used to really pinch me a lot, you know कि क्या सोचा था, just करते ही, I'll start paying the EMIs, it's not gonna be a burden. So when I used to see my dad saving a lot and used to pay the EMIs, I was really embarrassed to ask money for more from my dad. And you won't believe. So that time, I was just thinking, what can I do to, to start earning and to help my dad. This this was the only intention of me and Avdesh.
mm.
Like this was my intention. With this intention, I started teaching and we took a name ki, what should be the name? So one of my friend, he suggested, let's put it Golden Epaulettes Aviation. And we liked it. And then we started teaching. You won't believe. I used to go to people's house to teach them.
Hey.
I used to, you won't believe, from Rohini, I used to go to Sona Road to teach
Oh,
people. Used to take 2.5 hours one side. And, the Sona Road was not that time, there was no
this is it
public,
is not developed. Mm,
there was no public transport, nothing. Those sharing autos only. And I was like, I really used to save a lot of money. I used to save a lot of try to, because, that burden of, I was just to think, yeah, my dad is saving a lot. He's, uh, and because I was, and I was embarrassed to ask money also, कि यार कितना मांगू पापा से.
Hmm.
So you won't believe I used to walk also 3-4 kilometers in scorching summers also just to save few money. I used to sometime skip lunches also कि यार ठीक है 10 रुपए के चलो यार बनाना खा लेते हैं ठीक है तो
Hmm.
मतलब I went to this level also. I used to share autos also. Oh, sharing autos. I used to travel
Hmm.
that. I used to take public transport. Everything we did during those time. So, and this time, I think I mean, we were doing well. Avdesh and me were, teaching people with this intention कि यार, people have trusted us. We started teaching them for 2,000, 3,000 rupees कि यार ठीक है तू आ जा, हम तुझे पास कराते हैं. And people started getting good results. They started getting pass. We got a good response in the market. And people started recognizing us. Then we took one place on the rent. किसी से रेंट पे लिया. Oh, okay. So earlier we used to teach at home only कि एक रूम में पर्दा लगा दिया, कुछ स्टूडेंट्स आ गए, एक छोटा सा बोर्ड ले लिया,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
स्मॉल
Yes.
वाइट बोर्ड वहां पे पढ़ाना स्टार्ट कर दिया. टाइप धीरे धीरे करके थोड़ा सा करते गए. One fine day in 2013, me and Avdesh were sitting, and we were just yeah. So one day, JetAway's vacancy got declared on the internet.
Hmm.
And me and Avdesh on a Facebook account, we just wrote like this only. You know, is anyone looking for airline classes? You know, contact us. And you won't believe, after posting this, that day we got so many calls because we
Hmm.
were building that reputation, in the
Hmm.
last 2.5, 3 years.
Hmm.
People trusted us like anything. We were not having place. And that day we were like कि यार अवधेश पढ़ाएंगे कहाँ, बच्चों का कॉल तो आ रहा है कैसे करें. We were started juggling, we started calling our friends कि यार तेरे पास कोई जगह है कैसे करें क्या. And then we got a space, we took it on rent, and then we got a good response, and then Golden Epaulettes was started building up. And then after few years we got a job also. I started flying, and then so continuously Golden Epaulettes
Hmm.
was growing. So I think that is the reason, I thank God to give those tough days.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I think those tough days made you the man you are now.
yeah,
Uh, Truly inspiring story, sir. And
yeah. I
I
still
mean,
don't know whether it may
no, actually,
demotivate anyone or it can motivate anyone. I really don't know.
I don't think so. It will demotivate anyone.
Yeah.
Uh, First of all, people can connect with your story. It's
Mm,
not like, okay, मैंने कर लिया flying, मैंने
mm,
पाली job, वो भी flying
mm,
करने के बाद ही.
mm,
People don't connect with this. They're
mm,
like, okay, he's lucky. People connect with
mm,
the struggle. They
mm,
connect with someone who
mm,
is failing and then winning.
mm.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
connecting to you right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that those struggling phase which
Mm,
person or someone goes through,
mm.
that defines them. How they
Yeah.
will see this as a, they will see it as a challenge, or they will just
अब तो
be
तो
depressed.
अब तो
Okay.
या अब तो लक्ष्य इतनी आदत हो गई है ना. अब लगता है कि
Hmm.
यार गिर जाएंगे ना तो फटाफट से उड़ जाएंगे.
वही
That,
वही बात है ना सर. Facing failure is very important,
yeah.
and I never realized this how much important facing
Hmm.
failure is
Yeah.
until a couple of years back.
Yeah.
So, and that made me realize कि लाइफ में फेलियर नहीं होंगे तो ग्रोथ भी नहीं होगी.
Yeah.
देयर विल बी नो ग्रोथ, क्योंकि
Hmm.
आपको समझ ही नहीं आएगा कि आपको कितनी मेहनत और करनी है.
Right.
वही है सर. एंड लिसनिंग टू यू नाउ, आई मीन आई एम हाईली मोटिवेटेड.
Thank
Surely.
you. Pleasure.
Yeah. And so now let's ask you one last question of this amazing podcast, which I am having. And I don't know about you, but I also think you are also enjoying it. Uh, okay. So the last question is, if you could give any advice, any one
Hmm.
advice
Hmm.
to every aspiring pilot listening to
Hmm.
this podcast who have made to the end of this podcast, what
Hmm.
should it be? According to your 16 years of aviation experience.
Yeah. Ah, I would say if you are someone who really runs to the terrace to see aeroplanes fly, if you're someone who get goosebumps visualizing yourself in a pilot uniform, if you are someone who love reading aviation articles, if you're someone who loves flying simulators at home, if you're someone who really are attached to this uniform, this pride, if you want to take this responsibility of carrying passengers from one place to another place safely, I think take a chance, do it, and take baby steps. Once you will achieve it, I really don't know after how many years, but once you achieve it, it is very, very fruitful. At least I don't want anyone to regret later that they have not taken a chance. That is a thing which I want to tell all the serious and aspiring pilots. This message is not for them who's but just fascinated and just, you know, if you have a strong emotional reason, go for it.
Well said, sir. I mean, take the risk you want.
Yeah,
And I mean, that is it, sir. I don't think so. I can add anything to you, to your advice, because taking action is the first step of building a future. If you
absolutely.
don't take action, if you just keep thinking about it,
And just take
you
baby
will never
steps.
get anywhere. Just take
Yes,
baby
just
steps. Yeah.
babies. Yeah, yeah.
So, all right, sir. I think we are approximately 1 hour, 15 minutes into the podcast, and I had a really fun time listening to your story and your advices as well to younger pilots. I think this video will reach to many viewers who actually want to know some of the questions, and I hope this video
Hmm.
finds the right ears, okay, which really wants this
Hmm.
information. And
Hmm. Yeah.
on that note, I also want to say one thing that viewers who are watching this, I went to Golden Epaulettes last year just to meet Captain Deval Soni, and Captain Deval Soni is so, I mean, how can I tell this? He's so humble. You can just, he's so easy to talk to. I mean, there are many captains I have seen, you cannot just go straight and talk to them. Captain Deval Soni is quite opposite. You can just go to him. He's very appealing. And I think that's the best part I like about him. Because he knows the struggle. He knows someone is coming to me. There is a reason. He knows the struggle of other as well. So yeah. And also he's doing a very amazing job running a very big growing institute. And yeah, I wish him best of luck. And yes, sir.
Uh,
And on that note, so do you want to add something?
yes.
Okay.
Blakshay, thank you so much. And pleasure is all mine. Thanks for calling me as a guest. It is my pleasure, Lakshay, to have this, conversation with you. And I wish all your audience and everyone, uh, you know, uh, good luck in all the areas of your life, and good luck for all the future endeavors. And I wish them best. Have trust on yourself, and whatever is happening, currently in your life, that's a God's plan. Okay, have faith, and thank you so much for doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And all right, guys, on that note, I end this podcast, and keep on grinding, and I'll see you on the next podcast with another guest having some another amazing questions. So, see you.
Thank you.